Folks, it's happened again. All right, I'm getting called out. All right, I'm getting called out by a washed UK rapper for apparently hurting some gangsters' feelings. All right, apparently the killers, the drillers, the robbers, the kidnappers are really upset. They've got really hurt feelings over some videos that I've made about them. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, let's get right into it. This is the clown show that is currently going on r/UK Drill. Trap Law Ross, thoughts. All right, this is Trilly Young's Teflon. So this is the guy that's calling me out, right? He's called Young's Teflon, okay? I'll keep it real with you. I've heard the name. I've heard him about the scene. He's got a bit of motion in the UK scene, got some little 400k views, 100k views on The Last Dragon, okay? There's a little free promo for you, Young's Teflon, you're welcome, okay? I'm more familiar with Carnes Hill than I am with Young Teflon, but he's out here, he's doing his thing, okay? And he's decided to pick up a little motion, trying to go at me. Now look, all right? He's doing his thing, right? For a UK rapper, these are actually decent numbers. I'm not going to lie to you. That's actually pretty decent for a UK rapper. If real, I hope the views ain't botted. All right, 212 comments, 100k views. That's I could believe that. I could believe that. Now, you know, he's not got a Wikipedia page, but you know, he's got some tunes, got a YouTube channel. He's doing his thing, but apparently he's upset on behalf. He's virtue signaling for the drillers, the trappers, the killers, the murderers. All right, the kidnappers. And he's very upset with me. He said, this Trap Law Ross guy's got a bit too comfy in the culture, calling man dickheads and dumb, and it's always after they've been locked up, lol. Well, you're about to contradict yourself right now. Not like he'd say it to their faces, but still, right? So I knew it was mad from when he came across the damning evidence online when he said he was covering Dirk's case and said, hey, FBI, come screenshot this before he deletes it. I couldn't believe my ears. Couldn't believe my ears. Always after they've been locked up, though. Always after they've been locked up. Done a few videos about Dirk before he was locked up. I think you need to go and do your research. You need to go and check out my body of work and my channel. But anyway, okay, he was very upset. And, you know, he doesn't like the fact that someone like Pooh Shiesty, you know, he can rob another hardworking rapper, Gucci Mane, all right, built up his whole career. He can rob him at gunpoint while he's on an ankle monitor, while his PO is calling him, telling him to get back to the house. But I'm wrong for calling him a big old dummy. I never called him a dickhead, all right? Is Pooh Shiesty a dickhead? I think Pooh Shiesty is actually a bit of a dickhead, to be honest with you, all right? He robbed the guy that put him in position, Gucci Mane, who we all know and love. We love Gucci Mane, all right? We love Gucci. But no, you want a virtue signal for Pooh Shiesty? Look, I'll give you what you want. He's a dickhead, all right? Pooh Shiesty is dumb. He's dumb and he's a bit of a dickhead. He's not a very nice man, right? He's robbed hella people, all right? Look, I'll dig into his whole case where he's robbing guns. What do you think the song Back in Blood is about? He robbed a whole bunch of guns from a bunch of dudes in his hood, all right? He's a dickhead. He's not a very nice man. Okay, everyone's very upset. Now, there's people in the comments defending me and there's people in the comments defending Tefs, all right? So Tef's right. This guy will make a living covering these guys while wishing for their downfall. Weird culture vulture behavior. We got it's not a normal day at work for me if I don't get called a culture vulture. Judging people in situations he'd never find himself in. Yeah, because I'm not dumb enough to get myself in a situation where I'm on ankle monitor robbing at gunpoint the man who put me in position and an off-duty cop. Yeah, I'm not that dumb. I'm judging people. I judge Pooh Shiesty in that situation. You're dumb, all right? But a lot of people are defending me in this, okay? They're saying that Young's Teflon is a big old dummy too. I'm not going to go as far as to call him a dickhead. I don't know him like that. But, okay, people are saying this way of thinking always kills me. These people are murderers, drug dealers, and R-words, but you shouldn't make money off them. Why? Yeah, why not? Why not? They're saying the guy puts on a fake voice and has a King Von tattoo. The man is a beg. The fake voice... Now, you guys are right, man. This is my real voice. I'm really an American. I've been pretending to be English this whole time, and I put on a fake voice. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiots, right? People are saying, with all due respect, you need to understand half of the gang members that had a chance that blow up are dumb, stupid, and whatever else for their actions. Yeah, it might have been a gangster on road in your eyes, but you threw away the hundreds of thousands of pounds, had a real chance of becoming a millionaire, so if you end up for life in jail and mummy, little sis, still in the hood, family still living the same life as the next door neighbor, it doesn't make you smart, it makes you a fool. What Trap's saying, that's wrong. You don't think the accused is saying the same about themselves and regretting their choices when regretting their choices and actions when reality sets in? Pooh Shiesty's probably sat in jail thinking he's a dummy. Show us one video Trap Law Ross has done on an R word for the culture. I'll wait. Boom! Boom! All right, Jeffrey Epstein, the many murders of Jeffrey. Whoops! He's too comfortable. He's just calling out. No, I said billions of times we're smoking on that Jeffrey Epstein pack. We're smoking Jeffrey Epstein pack all day to the dome, backwards, full of Jeffrey Epstein pack. All right, you guys are just virtue signaling for each other. All right, you're trying to look cool for the other gang members before they get locked up so they can give you a little bit of clout. It's pathetic, right? Don't even bother. They think a culture of degeneracy is worth fighting for. They're protecting the culture of crime and degeneracy from TLR. How noble. How noble for Young's Teflon to protect the killers, the murderers, and yes, the rapists. Let's throw them in there, all right? It's just ridiculous, okay? Shout out to all the people sticking up for me. It says, be serious, bro. He ain't part of the hip-hop culture. This is completely irrelevant. I think the complex list would beg to differ, folks. But anyway, all right, it says, mate, you just edited your comment to specify in the culture. Don't be disingenuous or arguing a completely separate point. Correct, I did edit the comment, but the post is about TLR with the culture. It has nothing to do with one random video he did on Epstein. Stop being slow. Do you want me to throw you the David video? Do you want me to throw you, like, you know, all the videos I've been doing about politics on this channel? Calling out politicians, you know what I'm saying? Calling out some of the crazy shit Trump's doing. But you don't want to talk about that. You just want a virtue signal for murderers. It says it's not just one, though, is it? One Google search would tell you he has a plethora of videos on Epstein. We ran it the fuck up on the Epstein videos, and we were smoking him at every turn. Getting mad over a true crime documentarian documenting crime, but not at the ones doing the crime, is stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. Dickhead, perhaps. Mad? How can I be mad about content? I simply don't watch it and disagree with it. So you don't watch it. How have you got an opinion? How have you got an opinion? His Epstein vids. What do you mean vids? What do you mean vids? They're not audiobooks, you fucking dummy. His Epstein vids have nothing to do with the hip-hop culture, and you're mentioning irrelevant things. Let's see what else was said. Define hip-hop culture, all right? The culture's down bad right now. I heard he released a few tunes still, all right? He ain't part of the culture. I've released a few tunes, I'm part of the culture. I'm a rapper. I get paid to rap. I do sponsors and I rap. I've been paid more to rap than 90% of the rappers in the UK. All right, how stick that in your pipe and smoke it. It says, all right, murderers and drug dealers are all good then. Selling drugs and murdering is two different things. Shouldn't even be put in the same sentence. TLR has King Von tattooed, who's a known murderer, tattooed on him. He admires his music and authenticity, but looks down on him. I think, unfortunately, the way things went, I think looking down is the only way to look at King Von these days. But anyway, confused on where I said killing and drug dealing is good too. What's the response? So different or not, are they good? Should we champion drug dealers and murderers? Okay, he does. And what? Von was a self-proclaimed killer. Do you expect me to have sympathy for him? Your argument is nonsense. You had TLR. You think TLR had done worse than these people? Said, who said anything about having sympathy for King Von? Bro, if you even agree with TLR after what I commented, I ain't got nothing to say anyway. You're in a drill community which is primarily about rappers who kill, and you ain't got a problem with being in it. They're saying, so rappers killing is okay to you, but TLR is the bad person. Are you even hearing yourself? Yes, I'm in a drill community. It doesn't mean I think TLR is once, doesn't mean I think TLR is once that men that kill and mock the dead. I think he's saying worse than men that kill and mock the dead. And yeah, as a matter of fact, we should pray for the downfall of killers and drug dealers. What's your argument? What are you talking about? Oh, we already saw that. Okay, so what are you talking about? Never once said killing people is good, nor than I call TLR a bad person. I'm just agreeing with Tef's statement as TLR is a big hypocrite. Am I a hypocrite? Have I killed anyone? I'm actually very principled, to be honest with you. I don't break the law. Pray for the downfall of drug dealers and killers. You're in a Reddit full of it. Go join the police if you want to make a change and leave the Reddit. All right. The police couldn't afford my services. So it says, are you arguing against the fact that drug dealers and killers are bad? Do you wish for more drug dealers and killers? We should all be wishing for their downfall unless this is the only kind of life. What is your goal here? You weren't agreeing with Tef's statement. You replied to me laughing at the fact that people like you think murderers and drug dealers deserve some sort of respect and should be accepted in our culture. You guys want to accept the murderers and the drug dealers and yes, the rapists. All right, Young's Teflon, that's you. That's what you want to do. You want to accept those people into the culture, and you don't want to accept me into the culture for doing quality journalism and digging into these things and trying to tear apart the moralistic arguments against what they're doing and the socioeconomic reasons that these things happen. Okay, I'm going to do a video on Pooh Shiesty, and yeah, I'm going to talk about, look, he came up rough. He came up really in the slums of Memphis. He had to get it slimy. He had to slime people out to get where he was going in life. But he beat the odds. He became a millionaire, and he's still being a clown, being a dickhead, robbing Gucci Mane, the guy who put him in position. So look, is what it is. Okay, is what it is. Said, oh man, you just type in a whole load of nothing. You don't even know what you're typing. TLR does respect the rappers in the culture who kill and drug deal until they eventually get caught. So I do agree with Tef's statement. Leave it as that. I respect artistry. I respect King Von as an artist. King Von was an incredible rapper. He was an incredible storyteller. And yes, he was very proficient at murdering people. It is what it is. Epstein and Diddy. Oh yeah, we did Diddy as well. Let's throw Diddy in there too. Because every subculture nowadays has outsiders coming in to capitalize on it. It's just life nowadays. Just got to affirm it. All right, what about the rappers that actually kill people? Rap about it, get rich. They're capitalizing off the literal murder of their people, of their brethren. And let's just shout all of those people out. They're saying this happens in every gangster culture, whether UK or not, where they support someone on their come up, but then when they have a large following, they're a culture vulture. Not to say he's wrong because he's not, but where was this energy when Trap Law Ross was making videos on Moscow 17 and Zone 2? Barely anyone had been arrested at that point. Same thing, they're all alive. Wasn't scared, literally went to Warham Street where 2 people got murdered and filmed and laid flowers. So you want to just forget all about and all that. And the same with Vlad TV. He's pretty much the blueprint for people like Trap Law Ross. Shout out to Vlad. That's my OG. Doing stuff on the likes of Von after he's dead does feel distinctly different to Dirk when the case is live. But I do enjoy watching his stuff. And as he continually points out, if folks are stupid enough to publicly document their crimes, they can't really complain when pundits comment on them. He's having a field day with Pooh Shiesty right now. We are FDO, FDO. For some street dudes, these man sure do cry a lot. Young's Teflon crying it up, man. Someone get him a tissue. Someone get Young's Teflon. Someone get Young's tissue, a Kleenex, all right? Just say you like Trap Law Ross's content. Tef didn't say nothing incorrect and is saying exactly what everyone else is thinking, Cap. You lot were slaughtering him with the TY situation, rightfully so. I could talk about that, but we're just going to leave that. We're just going to wait, because when that all gets worked out, trust me, I'll be doing a victory lap, because the ones that know what's going on with that case know what's going on with that case. But he's not allowed to comment on him. At the end of the day, a lot of these dudes want the notoriety until shit hits the fan. Now you're a dummy. Now you're a dickhead because you robbed Gucci Mane on an ankle monitor. And that's my problem. That's me harming the culture. It's Cap. Exactly. They put all their shit out there and then get caught. And then when dudes expect TLR to speak on them with respect and grace like they're not dumb criminals. Don't get it twisted. I don't agree with Ross's meth fully, but it is what it is. They're saying street dude is proving his point. You're jumping online upset. That ain't P, it's Neeky. Hopping online, getting your knickers in a twist about me is very Neeky. Young's Teflon woke up with me on his mind. Young Teflon woke up, hadn't even brushed his teeth, right? Morning breath stinking up the gaff, and he's got Trap Law Ross on his mind. It's interesting. It's actually very interesting. So you can't feel a way about anything as a street dude. I mean, if your opinions suck, then you're going to get called out. Trap Law Ross explains everything once you deep it. We on the anti-Semitism now. There you go. We on the anti-Semitism now. I ain't even going to speak too much, but look, we know what that's all about. A lot of young men do find this stuff fascinating. It's like a real-life crime series. I grew up in London and went to school with some of the 51st members. It's interesting to see what they're up to nowadays. It's always fun watching the news or music vids and recognizing familiar faces. If you want to know about the 51st members, I did a whole documentary about the rapper Suspect and the deadly war in Camden. Okay, go and look that up. He had the Prime Minister Keir Starmer on the ropes, marching through the city trying to stop the crime. Anyway, like I don't talk about the socio-economic backgrounds of these situations. People saying I don't get the issue with him, to be honest. If you do dumb shit, people are allowed to criticize you and call you a dumbass. Saying shush, don't tell these sensitive-ass roadmen that. That's Young's Teflon, a sensitive-ass roadman. Trap Law Ross is like DJ Vlad. You know that's my OG. You know DJ Vlad is like a very successful multi-millionaire with a huge business, like dozens of employees. Bro, when I link up with Vlad, when I go link up with Vlad, we go for dinner, all right? When we and Vlad hit Chinatown, we in the bougie spots and he's showing me the Richard Millie. I'm fucking with that. I'm trying to be like DJ Vlad, to be honest with you. I rock with him, all right? I do a different approach, but that's OG, that's the big homie, okay? So people saying difference is TLR talks about public knowledge that everyone can find on the internet, but Vlad invites people to ask incriminating questions. Well, people don't have to answer those questions, but anyway, he should switch to hardcore metal drama. No joke. I love this because I remember when I first, excuse me, I remember when I first started coming up, people were telling me, why don't you go and do videos on your own culture? Go and do videos on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Bro, I've listened to nothing but hip hop my entire life, and that's not changed. All I listen to is rap. That's all I listen to. I don't listen to hardcore metal. I don't listen to Red Hot Chili. I don't know a fucking song. The only people I could tell you that aren't rappers that I would actually know a little bit about their catalog, probably Ed Sheeran and the Beatles. That's it, all right? And Ed Sheeran be collabing with all the rappers, and the Beatles, I basically, look, I got paid to do some shit about the Beatles like 5 years ago, okay? So I had to learn about them. But that's it. All I listen to is hip-hop. I should switch to hardcore metal drama. That's a joke. That's a joke. And look, we doing politics. We doing Jeffrey Epstein content over here. So I'll be talking about all type of shit. So you can't even pull that one. People say, nah, I'm going to give it to TLR because at the end of the day, his journalism is showing the reality, not no type of these kids are dying for no reason BS that we normally see. They like that I keep it real. This is one thing I say. This might get a downvote or two, but what if UKL or whatever black journalist suddenly has an obsession with country music and decides to report on it? He's gained an audience out of this in the country world, but every so often a country artist comes out and says, why is this black person reporting on a white culture? We as black people would do the most to redeem him and throw the race card up before you know it, it's BLM starting again. Moral of the story is I think we should just let Trap Law do his thing and leave the guy. Let him report. He's fascinated. He's got a passion for it. So leave it there. I'm passionate about hip hop. I'm passionate about drill. I know more about a lot of this stuff than anybody from any background. It's just is what it is, all right? The proof's in the pudding, all right? Numbers are on the board. It is what it is. It's done. It's done. It's over. I'm a leading voice in this culture. I'm sorry. It's over. It's done. Sorry, okay? They're saying, bro, are you skunked? Lol. Nobody is getting onto TLR because he's white. Okay. My man goes out of his way to find clues and piece together narratives for views. He comes out and says in black and white the 11 murders of so-and-so and does a 2-hour deep dive into unsolved murders. They're good videos. Go and check them out. He knows he doesn't live in any rough area, whether UK or USA, so he doesn't fear the people he's making videos of. Also, these youths nowadays have found out if man saw TLR on the road, man are pulling out their phones, running beside him, screaming, Ross, just like the man them did Gunner. It does happen. It does happen. Shout out to all the roadmen that bump into me on the road, man. It's always love. The caliber of road youths that move to Ja Rule and Jules are long gone. These youths are mad slow, internet ready, and looned up. What TLR does intentionally and very cleverly is he intentionally appears as a super nerd with the glasses and librarian drip. I'm fucking with this comment, man. The librarian drip. Come on. He does it to appear innocent and harmless. He knows it'll be a bad look for rappers to do something to an open nerd, so he plays the part. All right? It's a deep comment. TLR, Charleston White, 1090 Jake, not so much. Trenches News. All of the above are making money openly, snitching on YouTube. The problem is the streets. See, it's not snitching, it's research, right? I'm not part of the crime. I'm not in cahoots. Yes, TY. I'm not part of the crime. I don't know you. You're a celebrity that's messaging me on Instagram unsolicited with information about murders. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. I'm not in cahoots with you. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to abide by the street code because you've DM'd me incriminating information. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. So I don't call it snitching. I call it research. All right. And I don't get inside info like that. That's not what I do. It says the problem is the streets and the entertainment industry became intertwined. The street shit became entertaining and nerds started covering street drama because it brings them views. People like Charleston White and TLR grew up getting bullied by street dudes, so it's payback in their eyes. It started with just covering street drama back in the DJ Academics War and Chirac days. Then it went into discussing individual murders like in the 1090 Jake days. And now in the TLR Charleston White era, these guys are actively breaking down evidence and piecing together who they think killed who. Next, we'll have a new internet personality that not only solves murders, but he'll be out there with his camera live streaming while people are getting raided by the FBI that he made videos about. OMG chat. They're bringing him out now in handcuffs. W chat. Thanks for the donations chat. Who should I get next? W's in the chat if I should bring down Lil Boosie. W's in the comments if I should bring down Lil Boosie, because that's somebody who's escaped my clutches for a minute. So you do realize that TLR basically just summarizes what people on Reddit are already talking about, and he puts it in video form. These aren't his own theories. That's why he includes disclaimers and says these theories are things Reddit detectives are discussing. I understand his criticism about certain things, but we need to keep it straight and be fair. They're saying TLR is a nerdy Tef. Okay, this is the grammar is poor on this one. TLR is nerdy. Tef is a wet wipe that's been violated so many times and hasn't done F all, and the culture is done out. All right, I actually agree with that. He's got good content and is good at what he does. It's contradictory and weird that he looks down on what he's fantasized about, but he gives the people what they want. Says he's got all them fake gangsters vexed in it and making more bread than them. Hey, I'm gonna put the chain back on. You guys think I'm making more bread than Young's Teflon? You think it's possible? You think it's possible I'm making more bread than Young's Teflon? Let me know down in the comments if you think your boy TLR's making more bread than Young's Teflon. Let me know. All right, let me know. Last comment. Even Ross's other channels go hard, especially his investigation channel. That's Trap More Ross. All right, that's the second channel. We got 4 channels right now, okay? So look, Young's Teflon, man, it's no disrespect. I'm going to have to go listen to some of his tunes, because I've literally never, ever listened to a Young's Teflon tune in my life. I see the name about, all right? None of it's connected with me. So I'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll have to look into his criminal past as well. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll have to do some research into Young's Teflon, find out if he's got any skeletons in his closet. But I don't know. I don't know if people even going to want to watch that. You know what I'm saying? My big American audience don't have a clue who Young's Teflon is. So you're welcome for the promo. All right. Shout out to all the people on Reddit that defended me. It's a whole load of nonsense. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, whether it's Pooh Shiesty's dumbass, whether it's Jeffrey Epstein's disgusting in a backwoods ass, or whether it's Diddy's baby oil slippery weirdo ass, or whether it's Lil Durk having, seemingly, in my opinion, allegedly, having someone killed in front of the whole world. Obviously, everyone could see what was going on, rapping about it for 3 years. 2 years, actually. Rapping about it for 2 years. And then I'm in the wrong for talking about what's going on. I'm in the wrong for saying, oh yeah, Dirk's cooked because he's been talking about that he did this murder for 2 years. It's a bunch of nonsense, okay? So anyway, let me know what you thought of that video, all right? It's been a minute since I've gone online and had to spar with a little idiot like this, but it's always fun, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think down below. And, you know what I'm saying? Young's Teflon, Gonna have to drop another tune. Drop a tune and put me in some of your bars, man. That'll be fun. That'll be cool. I can react to that one as well. So we're gonna give you some motion, man. We're gonna give you the motion that you want. You're welcome. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm gonna do another UFO video about something having absolutely nothing to do with hip hop. We're covering murders and disappearances related to UFOs on this channel because actually we're very diverse over here. All right, very diverse over here. But anyway, appreciate you guys. That one was for the culture. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.